I'm Cindy Kristof, Copyright and Scholarly Communication Librarian at Kent State University. Together with my colleagues Paul Campbell and Anita, we will present our approach to development and implementation of an inaugural award program to recognize faculty who are dedicated to textbook affordability. When I started thinking about and working with the idea of affordable course materials in OER some years ago now, it seemed to be a bit of a strange place for a librarian. We librarians don't normally teach for credit courses or select textbooks. Traditionally speaking, libraries didn't even purchase textbooks as part of their collections. You would see that in collection development policies back then. This began to change after the turn of the century when the problem of expensive textbooks emerged as a concern of both students and faculty. At least partly, these groups looked to the library. This makes sense, of course, because libraries have always been involved with similar processes: selection and acquisition of materials, promotion of services, course reserves, including electronic reserves, copyright, licensing, and open access. Of course, as librarians, we have experienced the effects of high prices and inflation ourselves. This is an area where we can help. Efforts with affordable learning involve what can be described possibly as more passive. Kent State held its first Affordable Learning Summit in 2017, and we've held them approximately every 2 years since. These were meant to get faculty talking to each other with presentations by faculty, including OpenStax users, authors of OER, but also instructional designers, course reserve staff, and faculty and staff at the Center for Teaching and Learning, among others. Over the years, we've found the summits to be good, but they're more sparsely attended than we had hoped. There is no ideal day or week during the semester to hold them, and we've found that feeding people for in-person events is getting expensive. We've thought about moving these to a webinar format. Of course, we've created web pages and LibGuides and encouraged subject librarians to reach out to their faculty through emails and attendance at faculty meetings and casual conversations. We've written newsletter articles. We encouraged faculty to apply for the OhioLink course redesign grants. And in 2022, together with the Provost's office, we even created our own one-time grants program to encourage faculty who were interested in writing their own OER. All of these efforts have been met with some success, but we wanted to reach for something more. We still have faculty who don't perceive textbook affordability as an area of concern, and we still have students who can't afford their textbooks. As part of this something more, we wanted to get librarians and other stakeholders more actively involved.
Building on our recent efforts to promote affordable course materials across our campus, the library's strategic planning process provided a timely opportunity to reaffirm and strengthen our commitment to this work. We didn't necessarily want to replicate the work done in the past. Instead, we wanted to seek out how the library could become a more active campus partner in promoting affordable course materials. Further, we wanted the libraries to have a larger leadership role for affordable course materials on our campus. At the same time, we recognize that establishing a leadership role for the libraries is a long-term endeavor, and our new award program represents one single step in that ongoing process. Our library strategic planning process established a clear framework that connects broad goals to actionable work. At the highest level, strategic priorities define overarching objectives with multiple points of entry. These priorities are refined through lead initiatives, which are then advanced through targeted, highly specific strategies. Within this structure, the OER Faculty Champion Award serves as a strategy under the Affordable Course Materials Lead Initiative, which ultimately supports the library's strategic priority of student success. Within this context, Cindy, Anita, and I sought to identify a meaningful project aligned with the updated strategic plan. Because affordable course materials are central to our work as subject librarians, this lead initiative provided a natural focus for us to collaborate. We wanted to identify an opportunity to develop a strategy that would both recognize and encourage faculty engagement with OER. This led to the creation of the OER Faculty Champion Award, designed to celebrate faculty who have adopted OER in their courses. Our next step was to design and implement the program itself. As we began developing the OER Faculty Champion Award, we worked from the ground up as the program was entirely new to both the libraries and the university. Through a series of planning meetings, we identified the infrastructure needed to support the award. This was a key step in defining the scope of our new award. For this initial iteration, we chose to focus specifically on current faculty who had replaced costly textbooks with an OER equivalent. Establishing this scope provided a clear foundation for developing the call for nominations, evaluation rubric, program messaging, and other infrastructure needed in order to run the program. We also aimed to design the award program with long-term sustainability in mind. For example, we ensured that all documentation was stored in a shared Teams folder and that multiple team members had ownership of the Qualtrics nomination form. This approach allows for materials to be easily updated for future award cycles rather than needing to be recreated from scratch each time. We were also mindful of maintaining a strong pool of nominees each year, so we built in the option to reconsider previous nominations in future award cycles. Lastly, to assist in creating sustainable workloads, we needed to identify library partners to help run this award program.
At this point, we began working out the logistical details of creating the OER award. We, of course, wanted to provide a tangible financial award and one that makes it clear how important OER is to the library and the university. Based on this logic, the committee asked the dean's office for $500. But since our award would be given at a faculty club gathering where other monetary awards were being given at the $750 level, our dean insisted that this award should also be $750. Additionally, we needed to spread the word about the award since it was the first of its kind. At Kent State, we're fortunate to have a communications team we were able to partner with to advertise this award and the call for nominations. We also worked with the library's senior designer and their student intern to create thematic artwork for the award as seen here. Additionally, our humanities librarian was working with a writing intern who helped us with written marketing. Another way the committee encouraged nominations is that Paul Campbell wrote a sample email for the subject librarians to customize and send to faculty in their respective subject areas.
This summer and fall, we plan to build on this award by interviewing our other nominees. We would like to build a bank of stories to share to promote OER. We also hope to expand this basic narrower scope award in the coming years, offering more awards, or as an example, awarding faculty authors of OER. We also want to further enhance our relationship with other campus stakeholders, including our Center for Teaching and Learning. We aim to get more faculty talking about this and to shape the campus culture so that OER are seen as an essential part of a formula for student success.